Hi guys, my name is Grace and this is Resa, and today we're going to show you how to teach your dog how to weave and then how to do the backwards weave. Alright, let's get started. Good girl. Alright, so the first step in the weave, which is the first one you want to teach your dog, is you're going to take your treat and you're going to lure them through your first leg. Good girl! And then you're going to reward. Yes, good girl. Come here. Say, come here. Good. Ready? You're going to lure. Yes, good girl. Once your dog's understanding how to go between your legs, you'll add in a second leg. Come here. Yes, good girl. Come here. Good. Ready? Good. And then add in a third one. Good. Good girl. Come here. Yes, good girl. Once your dog is following the lure through multiple legs as you step, then you're going to start to add the verbal cue. Here. Now, for Resa, I use the cue weave, and that's a standard cue. But if you have a different word in mind, then you can choose that. Ready? Weave. Good. Weave. Good. Weave. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Once you're started introducing the verbal cue, you're going to start to phase out the treat lure and just use a finger lure. Good. Weave. Good. Weave. Good. Weave. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Once your dog is following your finger lure, then you're going to start to phase out the finger going through the legs with your dog. You're just going to start to keep your hands out more. Right here. Ready? Weave. Good. Weave. Good. Weave. Yes! Good girl. Good girl. And the final step, if you choose to go this far, like for a trick routine, is to start to just use your legs as the cue and not so much your hands. Ready? Ready? Weave. Yes. Weave. Yes. Weave. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. And then you can start to add more steps instead of just 3. You can add 5, 7, 10, etc. Good girl. And then you can start working up your dog's speed so that you get faster. And then some different versions of a weave could be like a skipping weave, so you're skipping as your dog weaves, or maybe a slower weave, or maybe you're stepping slower but your dog is doing fast weaves, and all sorts of those kind of things. So just have fun playing around with your dog with this one, but let's go on to the backwards weave. So for the backwards weave, it's more of you're actually training yourself to make sure to step correctly than your dog actually learning the weave. Since your dog already knows to weave, you can use the same verbal cue. You just will have to make sure they understand that even though I'm walking backwards, you're still going to do a normal weave. So ready? Come here. Good. So with the backwards weave, you got to make sure your legs are set up that you can step. So if I want her to go through my legs to the left, so weave. Good. Here. I need to make sure I step correctly. Good. Weave. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. You need to make sure I step correctly so that I don't trip over. Because if I do it incorrectly, so if I were to do it like this, I'm trying to step over right as she's doing the weave. Yes. Good girl. Come. Good. So now you may need to go back to the luring step with the finger lures because your dog may not fully understand that while you're going backwards, they're staying the same. So ready, Resa? Ready? Weave. Yes. Right here. Good. Weave. Right here. Right here. Good. Weave. Right here. Yes. Good girl. Very nice. Good girl. So this one's just very simple. This one it doesn't really need a tutorial for. I'm just showing you the possibilities and how to step correctly for this one. This is a fun one for like trick dog routines because you can do like backwards steps as your dog has done them. I've seen Sarah Carson do this trick to a routine, and it's a really fun one. You want a different tutorial on how to do the backwards leave, go to the Pupper app, and this video is not sponsored by the Pupper app. However, the Pupper app is a great app for trick training, and you can log things. There's a great dog community, and then there's additional tutorials for the tricks like these. So if my tutorials don't work for your dog, make sure to go to other resources, because for Resa, a lot of the videos that I found for some of these tricks, they didn't work for Resa. So like limp, they weren't working for Resa. So I had to figure out and teach her in a different way, which is why I'm creating tutorials for you all that show different varieties of how to train these tricks. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment them below. I know that this was a shorter video, but this is a really simple, easy trick. One of the tricks I first teach puppies who I'm gonna take into trick training, and it's a really cute one, and it's a fun one to teach. So I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and remember to have fun training. All right, bye.